Good afternoon, my people. If this is your first time of watching my video, please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for us to always upload more exciting videos. So let's see how we can make W the subject of the formula in our today's lesson. Don't forget that change of subject formula, changing variable or unknown the subject of the formula or making it the subject of the formula is very important, particularly when you are dealing with certain topics like simultaneous equation, quadratic equation, geometry, arithmetic progression and geometric progression, and what have you. So that means change of subject formula is very important. So now let's see how we can make W the subject of the formula in this particular equation. So now solution, we can see that x square is equals to, so we can see that a square is just immediately outside the bracket, and as I earlier told you that when there is a number or variable immediately after the bracket or before the bracket, that means the relationship between them is multiplication, except otherwise there is positive or negative. But in this case there is nothing in between them, so the relationship between a square and everything within the bracket is multiplication. That means a square have to multiply everything inside the bracket. A square times 1 is a square, minus a square times w square is a square w square. So I have to take this a to the other side, to the left hand side, so that I have a terms that contain w in the other in one side. So x square is minus a square is equals to minus a square w square. So now I'm looking for w. I need to divide both sides by minus a square. Both sides means each individual term to be divided by minus a square. So that means this particular is minus a square, w square will be multiplied by minus a square, then this is divided by minus a square, this is divided by minus a square, so that I have minus x square all over a square. Minus is plus, I have plus a square divided by a square is 1, which is equals to s minus a square will go with minus a square, remain w square. So another important thing I would like to remind or refresh our memory is to the fact that when I have a is equals to b, definitely b is also equals to a, and vice versa. When left hand side is equals to right hand side, that means right hand side will also be equal to left hand side, and vice versa. That means they work interchangeably. So the same thing we are going to do. That means w square is now equal to minus x square all over a square plus 1. Please let me divide the both. So another thing is that when you are trying to minimize an error, or you are trying to reduce the tendency of accumulating an error, it is better to always keep your terms positive except where impossible. So now I would like to interchange this negative with this positive, so that the positive will come immediately after the equality sign. That means I will have w square equals to 1 minus x square all over a square. I didn't change anything, I just interchange the two. So now I'm looking for w, and this is w square. That means I need to take the square root of both sides. The square root of both sides means the square root of w and the square root of this. So now that means I will have w is now equals to the square root of 1 minus x square all over a square. When we look at this, we know that this is over 1, because as I told you that any number you see is over 1. Dividing any number by 1 will change nothing to that number, will not change the result. So that means I can have w is equals to the square root of, this is everything is over a square, because the LCM of 1 and a square is a square. Then 1 into a square is a square. A times 1 is still a square minus this negative. A square into a square is 1. 1 times x square is x square. So w is now equal. Then I will now, this square root is for the numerator and the denominator. Then I have to separate it. That means square root of a square minus x square all over square root of a square. But we know that this square root will cancel this. For those of us that didn't know how these two will cancel the square root, I had many videos on exponential equation. If you click the link below this video, it will take you to where I had some videos on how these two will cancel this root. That means on exponential equation or indices. So this is a square minus x square all over a. These two cancelling the root. So this is a possible solution to this equation, and this is the subject formula as regards w. Thank you, my people. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for us to always upload more videos so that we all move together and succeed together. Bye. I remain Aliyu Kabir Musa.